everybody. We're so excited to bring you this live today, and I'm incredibly excited because I have we've got. Oh, okay. I've got a feedback loop happening here. I'm just going to have to close something. There we go. All right, so I got rid of my feedback. I was checking on other platforms, but I was feeding back. So
happy days. How you doing, Shé?
Yeah, hang on. We just got an error occurred, so let's start that again. Okay, so we're back with you. We had a little error. We had a little hitch. Yeah, technology is wonderful when it works, but when it doesn't. So we're here, guys. We're so happy to be here with you, and I'm so excited because we have the best Irish drum teacher in the world joining us live today, and he's going to give you a quick free lesson online. Me too. So how lucky are we all? Yay!
Happy days.
We'd love you to comment. We'd like to know where you're from. We'd like you to tell us your experiences with sound healing and sound meditation, or just pop in and say hi. If you stay to the end of our little broadcast, there's going to be a couple of little surprises. Both Kevin and I have little giveaways for people that have stayed with us and stayed with us right till the end. So just wondering if there's anybody out there at the moment who's just tuning in, just watching. If you can just give us a thumbs up, a hi. I can see that we're live across Facebook and YouTube. So there's plenty of people that are out there watching, but just watching silently, I think.
Come on, man.
Don't be afraid. You can participate in this with us. We love to participate with people. So Kevin, how are you? How have you been? What have you been doing? Tell us a little bit about how life is in Irish Baran world.
Absolutely, Shé. It's lovely to be here with you, and I'm excited to share some tips and tricks of what I've been up to recently, as well as what I've been over the last 30 plus years in terms of running drumming workshops. This drum, the Irish drum that we're on, it's literally taken me all over the world, and I've had an incredible adventure with it. So I'm dying to share that with you and the folks that are dropping in today.
Fantastic. I mean, it's taken you all over the world and into outer space as well, hasn't it?
Absolutely. I'll come to that one in a few minutes. Literally has taken me around the world. I've played in lots of workshops over in America, in California, San Francisco, LA, New York, and like I've been around the world a couple of times doing gigs and playing as I go, so to speak. Had the pleasure of recording 10 albums, also getting the drum into the Guinness Book of Records with actually the first person to get it into the Guinness Book of Records. Some other human achievements. Back then we got 1,000 people drum, and it was a lot of fun. Also, some of the other fun things I've done was I met a lady who worked for NASA, and she did one of the workshops. When she told me she did, I said, "Here, let's get a drum in this."
And so you got a drum into outer space. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. So it went up via with lots of satellite equipment via a NASA JAXA launch. The JAXA is a Japanese space agency, and we put a small boron in with the payload, and it went up to about 80 kilometers. Stratospheric balloon launch, Central Australia. So it went up with satellite equipment, like a very expensive telescope, which was taking images of infrared images of space, and this is what the drum went up with, which was quite amazing.
Yeah. So but it's not the first time you've been in the Guinness Book of Records, is it, Kevin?
I've done a few different things. The first time was for the largest drumming ensemble, which was back in 2000, I think 2006, and we did a drumming at a corporate event here in Sydney. We did just under 1,000 people. Got them playing the boron all at the same time. Actually registered at 980 because 20 people didn't fill out the forms on the day.
Oh no! Oh dear, dear. But gee whiz, I mean, there's two things that I think of when I hear that story, and I have heard that story from you before. But one, oh my goodness, the energy! It must have just blown the roof off the place. Having everybody beating that drum at exactly the same time, and
yeah,
the
absolutely.
vibration and the energy that would have set up.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like on the day I had about 30 crew with me who were spaced around the room, and they were holding their drums up. These were students of mine. They were holding their drums up and demonstrating what they wanted the people in the audience to do, so that we were all playing simultaneously. To get into the Guinness Book of Records, had to play for 5 minutes from start to finish.
Yeah.
And towards the end, it was like a live drumming workshop where I was teaching them a basic reel. A reel sounds like this on the drum, and this is what I'm going to be teaching people when I head up to Brisbane. Also, some of the basics. So that's a reel. It's got 4 beats in it, and I taught everybody in the room, 1,000 people, how to play that. We built it up gradually, and the sound in the room today was just amazing. It's absolutely amazing. It was just such a great energy, and I was cheering the crowd up as well, getting them to cheer. There was 100 tables of 10 at the event, at a major corporate event, and I allocated one person per table who was their table captain, and I had lots of kind of interactive fun with them and teaching them how to play. And look, the energy in the room was incredible. And this is all about energy, fun, raising the vibration, and just like, I've been playing it for over 30 years. It's joy, and it's joy in the bag to take around,
And that's what I'm always telling my students. They go, "What's the purpose of life?" It's joy. When something's not going right in your life, follow your joy. If you're not liking what you're doing at work, then do something that gives you joy, right? And nothing makes you as joyful as working with sound, and especially drumming. If anybody out there has had the opportunity to do a drumming circle and that feeling, just give us a comment below and tell us how you felt when you're in that drumming circle, how that made you feel. But
absolutely.
Go ahead.
One of the things that I always tell people in workshops is, look, if you've had and we all do, if you've ever had a bad day at work, or you're in a bad mood, if you go home, if you pick the drum, within 5 minutes, the noise that's in your head, it just evaporates. It's like an ice cube. It just dissolves in front of you, and you stop thinking about it. And let's face it, a lot of the things that people think about, they're not really things that you should really be sweating over, But as soon as you start drumming, or as soon as you start dancing, as soon as you start, doing an activity, it just clears your mind and gets rid of that white noise is there, which is fantastic for doing that,
Yeah, and look, I have to say, having worked in the music industry, when you get some musicians together, you go, "Come on, let's dance," and they go, "I don't dance. I'm a musician." But musicians get that same joy that you get from dancing from playing their musical instrument. It lifts them up.
Completely.
So, but there's so much science to back this up now, Kevin. They've done so much science to show that the best meditative states are the ones that not only block out the white noise out of your life, block your thoughts out, which drumming does, each time that beat happens, but dropping that resonance within your body down to below 5 hertz, right? So a really good, steady, slow drum beat really starts to raise your kundalini, raise that energy. In other words, it raises the energy through the spine, and it comes through, and you get this cyclic energy going, which gives you like that tingle up the spine and that rush of energy, which gives you joy, and then helps again to block out all of the depression. It blocks out all of these other emotions. It really is a state changer. You're opening up a portal for your emotions to go through, and you know what? The body and the consciousness can follow, which is just wonderful. Yeah. And altering that consciousness is for me is what music is about, because sound opens that portal into the other dimensions. 10 years ago, we were talking about other dimensions, and people thought we were crazy. Now science is saying, oh yes, there definitely is other dimensions, and there is a multiverse, and there are other levels of existence out there. So all of a sudden now it's scientific, and people get, we're getting a different crew of people coming along now that are not so skeptical. I mean, also the DC universe and the Marvel universe, because all of their stories take place in these multiverses. But when you're playing the drum, your existence takes place in a multiverse, because these portals open up, and you can go through them, and your consciousness goes through them, and it's like you're communing with different parts of yourself. The human body is, on the material level, is just one level of our existence. The Egyptians used to say we had 9 levels, right? So it's like you go through this portal, and you start communing with these other nine versions of you that are out there on other levels of existence, and you start living in this much larger world. And this is the easiest key to go through that portal and go through that doorway, is to realize that sound is sacred, and it can get you there.
Absolutely,
no drugs needed.
It's amazing. Like some of the exercises that I get people doing is starting off with basic foundations on how they should play this instrument, and then we get to a stage where we get to a stage when we're playing that can give the people in the workshop exercises, so that when they get to that nice relaxed state, for example, we can get them to imagine that they're somewhere else, like they're playing in a beautiful snowfield. They can feel the snow under their feet, and they're in a different environment, and that's the most beautiful place where people can go relax, recharge, unwind. We can change the scenario, we can change the background, it can be in a beautiful beach, hear the ocean, and then while they're drumming really does, I'll use this word, drop into that zone. And musicians talk about warming the crowd up when they're performing, or going into the zone as musicians. And what that is, it's really when you're playing the instrument you're playing, whether it's a drum, guitar, your voice, bass guitar, or brass instrument, you're playing that instrument, it feels like it's part of your body. And what's happening, you're not thinking, and you're going to that beautiful space where you're connecting with musicians, and then that connection goes out to your, which is known as working the crowd, in a cold room into a warm room. You'll get people coming into a venue that have come to work. Their mind's very busy, they're still thinking of work, and then you see the hands tapping on the table, and the ties are getting a bit looser, and they're getting into that circle of rhythm that's going around the room, and that beautiful energy that's being put out by the band. That's called working the crowd. It's amazing what you can do with that,
Yeah, and it connects people. It connects them. You lose all these people that go, I'm alone, I feel so isolated. Come and do a drumming workshop. It shows you how to connect instantly, without words, without doing anything. All of a sudden, you see that you cannot not be connected with everything and everybody. right? And that feeling of aloneness leaves you. It's wonderful, a wonderful connection. I just want to give a quick shout out. We've got Janet, who's done your workshop before, Kevin. Janet.
Hey, Janet, how you doing?
Yeah.
How are you?
So, yeah, she's online here, and we've got Georgina. Georgina's up north. She's actually in Western Queensland at the moment. So just
Georgina, how you doing? I'm
you
great
guys.
that you've dropped in.
Yeah.
Good to have you
So
here.
everybody, like we've got people watching, but I want you to comment, because if you're going to win, we've got some giveaways, guys. So if you're going to win the giveaways, we need you to comment in there so that we know that you're there. It's very hard to give a giveaway to somebody who's just watching out there. So if you'd like a giveaway, and it's a mystery at this point, but if you do want a giveaway, you've still got to put your name in there and just go, hi. Just say, hello, how are you? Hi, Kevin. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Tell Kevin how charming he is.
Come in and grab a seat and pull it up around the fire, or just imagine you've got a nice Guinness in front of you. Come into the room. We're very welcoming here,
Yeah.
If you've any questions, we'll be really happy to answer them for you.
Yeah. Okay. So, so this, not only does it help with psychological problems, not only, if you're feeling sad, if you're feeling depressed, if you're feeling isolated and alone, sound therapy, drumming, sacred sound, healing sound works with all of those. But it also works on your physical body as well. So, see, the second thing when you had your 1,000 people drumming was, didn't you get a Richter scale measurement there with everybody drumming and clapping?
Okay, the glasses, it was like that scene in Jurassic Park. Do you remember when the dinosaurs and the glasses dancing? We'd all, I was amazing. It was such a big sound in the room. Not just a sound, but a feeling. It was a beautiful vibration, and it was joy. It was a vibration of joy, and it was making people. There wasn't a grumpy person in the house. They all had big smiles. They were laughing. They were getting into the drumming, and drumming's great circle. Had them all up on their feet and getting everybody to join in. So it was just bags of fun. So it was kind of at another level, another dimension on top of sound. It was like this big ball of energy in the room, big ball of joy,
Yeah, I know. It's look, it even got my husband out of his grumpiness, and that's saying something. If anybody out there knows Ken, he can't be grumpy when he's drumming. He loves it. Yeah. So you were also responsible, in Australia for taking the world drum around. You want to tell people a little bit about the world drum?
Yeah, there was
that was a remarkable
large. There was it was a 22-inch shamanic drum, which came from Mongolia, and its purpose is, and was back then, was just to travel from place to place. People were recording the adventures, where it was going. It was going into people's homes. It was going into people's schools. It had been met by royalty, politicians, just every type of person, and it was a drum that would cut through red tape, and everybody welcomed it. Well, we had the opportunity, and Shé did as well. We had the opportunity to host it, and whenever I actually got it, and Shé'll say a few words on this drum, because of where it had been. As soon as you got hold of it, you find the hairs. I even talk about the hairs in my arms. Do you remember how it felt whenever you received that drum?
Yeah, I do. We're unwrapping it. We're going, we don't believe this. And the skin, sorry for bumping the microphone, but the skin on the outside of the drum was signed by Obama and the Dalai Lama. And there's all these signatures, and you're unwrapping something. I mean, I know that their signatures are worth fortune now, but you're unwrapping something that they've all signed. That the Dalai Lama has played this drum. The Obama has played this world drum for peace. It's been through the hands of shaman, and we kept holding it up to the light. Like, you'd play it, and then you'd hold up to the light, and let the light come through it as well. So it was sound and light together.
Yeah.
and it was just beautiful in the light. It was made by the Sami people, wasn't it? So
That's right.
and
Shé,
it
do you
was, you know, they
remember?
put so much energy into it. Yeah.
And do you remember, Shé, when it was in your place in Brisbane? It was like there was
Mhm.
somebody. It was like there was somebody in the house.
It had its
It,
own chair. Yeah, we gave it its own chair.
it had that amazing energy about it, you know. You're like,
Yeah, yeah. It
because I
did,
had
it did, and we got it on TV. We got it on TV a couple of times, which was nice.
that's right.
And we're able to share that on TV. And the feedback that we got through the TV was just astounding. Like, we're playing it on the TV, and people were saying, "Oh, wow, wow!" Like, they were getting the hair standing up on their arms, and they weren't even in the same room, but the sound could travel through and could be there with them. The sound again, opening up that portal. It's just astounding. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
incredible. Even talking about it, Shé, when we started talking about it, I could feel the hair on the back of my neck.
Yeah. You've
So it's
seen
really
my
hard.
shaman drum, haven't you?
Yeah,
You've
it's
seen my
amazing.
shaman drum.
I saw you in
Yeah.
a
Well, see,
video
that was
playing it, and
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. No, you go ahead.
yeah. Tell everybody who's tuned in at the minute a little bit about that drum, because it's got a very interesting stick as well. It has quite a bend in it, and it has also got, you've got a way of holding it underneath as well. So it's
Yeah,
very
yeah.
interesting. Yeah.
I haven't got it here, and I don't want to run out to the other room because I have a house full of relatives at the moment, so it will really break the feel of the live. But yeah, it's a traditional Tibetan Nepalese shaman drum. So it's got a handle underneath, and then the drum is up above, and then you've got the crooked stick to hit it with. But it's about 200 years old. My Tibetan teacher organized for me to receive that drum, and they're considered alive, and they're passed from shaman to shaman. So it carries the energy of the previous shaman. And so there's been a few little things like that have come to us from shaman from different tradition. But if I do a wedding, if I do anything important, like the opening of a gallery the other day, we played the drum there. And so the energy from shaman for 200 years is there with that drum. And as soon as you strike it, do the first hit, everybody's like, oh, they're at attention. You've immediately got everybody's attention as soon as you strike it. So it's got a commanding presence all of its own. Not quite what the world drum had, but it's different.
Oh, they're all different, Shé. Like,
Yeah.
here's a quick story for you. I did a gig in the Australia House in London a few years back, and it was incredible. It's sometimes the presence of an instrument can really get people to stand up to attention. It was a very busy corporate event. This is in central London, and I was brought in to do a warm up with the crowd. I've done lots of those over the years. And what I had with me at the time, I was told to get everybody's attention because it was introducing an important speaker. One of the techniques I used for that, because they all wanted to have, there was a lot of noise in the room, huge amount of noise, and sometimes the best to do is to create a distraction and not necessarily create a loud sound. What I was using at the time, it's called a spring drum. It's basically like a long tube that had a spring attached to a skin at the bottom, and when you shake it like this, what happens is it starts to sound like thunder. And it was amazing to feel the energy in the room. What I did, I just got a chair, pulled out a chair, stood up on top of it, and raised my hand up in the air, and basically shook it from side to side. Started off very, very quiet, and as the volume went up, more and more people's attention drawn to it, and they were like curious, what's this noise? That brought down the volume in the room. It's amazing, creating a very quiet sound, using vibration to get people's attention, and the whole place went silent. I didn't have to say anything. I didn't have to play too loud. So it's incredible when you're working with the energy of people, that there's lots of techniques, and I can't wait to share some of those techniques with people. at our event.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing is too, everybody at the event is going to get a drum massage from my shaman drum, you know. And generally when I do a drum massage, we get 2 people, one either side. So not only will they get a drum massage, I'm going to show them how to do a drum massage for somebody else. So when you're doing this drum massage, this vibration that you're talking about goes right through the whole body. And it also does show you how that still energy, it removes all this other noise, and it brings you back to that place where you are a commanding energy because of that stillness, which is like that thunder drum that you're talking about there. Yeah. So but yeah, so this is another thing. Mm-hmm.
It's incredible, because when we do use the vibration of drums and the energy of drums, like, let's face it, we're 80%, 90% water. So it's amazing. You can tap into people's state. You can make them feel good. You can get them back into their bodies. Let's face it, in these days, there's so much technology and there's so much busyness outside that everybody's mind. So it's great with the drum that we can get people to slow down, get back in their body, get rid of the white noise, and it's great to play around with those energies. I'm looking forward to seeing that drum.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking forward to seeing your drum too. I mean, like that drum that you've got there, you've played it so many places. You've played with celebrities, for celebrities. You've been the stage manager for untold performances here in Australia. You know, that drum, if it could talk, it would tell a story or two, your drum. And you just about do make it talk when you're playing it. So it's just lovely.
Absolutely. So look, it's fantastic.
I think a lot of people have been online and they've seen the drum lessons online, you know, where it's like drum, do this, do that. And I look at those drum lessons after having learnt from you, and I go, they've got no soul. You know, they're missing the whole point of why you're learning and teaching the drum. One, it's to have fun, and you start your workshops by making sure everybody's joyful and have fun. And secondly, it's not about technical precision. I mean, you can muck up and still make beautiful music. So it's about getting your basic skills, but then remembering to have fun. And I think only a really skilled teacher, and being in the room with a really skilled teacher, can give you that. Like, you can go through the motions, and it's still always going to sound mechanical. Kevin, like, I know Janet and Georgina are there with us, but for the other little quiet people out there that are sitting back not doing it, do you want to give them a little, you know, example of how you make your drum talk?
Absolutely. What I have here.
Yeah, because once you hear Kevin play, you know it's different from everybody else. You just know it is.
I'll move it back just a little bit here so we can get the whole drum in. Move this round this way. Yeah. There we go.
I'll take me off the screen. I'll make you full screen. It'll give you a bit more room, okay?
Okay, let's have a look. That's grand. So, yeah, what I'll do is, like, what I want to teach people are some basic rhythms, and it's important that people learn these patterns, especially if they want to do effective meditation or even do energy work. I'll teach them techniques where they're using certain patterns. So, for example, I have a number of exercises which I do, which I call instant rhythms. So, for example, like a simple one could be a heartbeat rhythm with a soft brush. I'm using a soft brush here at the minute. The other thing as well, I get another instant expert rhythm that I'll do. I'm going to get everybody to play their names. So, for example, I'm just going to pick Shé D'Montford. Okay, so, and what we'll do, we will play around with everybody's names. We'll play them softly. We'll play them. We'll really increase them. It's like having your name on a balloon and watching it grow. We'll do lots of techniques to make it sound faster. We'll increase the tempo, etc. The beauty of these drums as well, you can get an amazing sound out of them. What I'm using here is a soft brush. As you can see, I've got my hand on the inside here, so I'm just going to have a bit of fun. I'm going to start moving the hand on the inside here and getting some rhythm patterns. See the hand moving on the inside? What I'm going to do now, I'm going to move this stick round to the other side. We've got some hot rods on here, and we can get that. We can get a beautiful sort of a jazzy blues sort of sound. And then we can also get that nice soft sounds. I'm going to jump onto a mallet here. So if we're doing our meditation work, or if you're doing your energy work, we're just going to, I'm going to be patterns with people on the day when they are running their workshop. We're going to be giving more rhythm patterns and fun patterns as well. What I'm going to also do, I'm going to get people in small groups. I want to get them playing each other patterns, learn each other's names, and it's going to be lots of fun for the half-day workshop. Shé, what have you got there?
I just went and got my drum from in the other room while you were doing your little thing. I told them all to be very quiet, but I grabbed my drum, and it's really interesting. When I hold my drum, I don't usually talk. But when you do, like it talks back. You can hear your own voice, and I don't know if the people out there can hear it talking back. Can you hear the echo come back as I talk?
Here in Sydney, Shé.
Anyway, so I thought if you're going to do that meditation one, I could drum along with you. Very different method to the Irish drum. So this is the traditional Tibetan shaman drum, which is used in Tibet and Nepal. Right, and you just
amazing.
And
the
what
stick's
the
so unusual.
They use different rhythm to invoke the animal spirits. Right? So we'll show them several different rhythms. That was your horse rhythm. As you can see, it feels like you're galloping along a plain. Yeah, so there's several different rhythms for different animals. Yeah, so it also opens up the portal to connect with your spirit realm and your spirit totems. Yeah.
Shé, I have a challenge for you. I have a challenge for you.
Okay.
Challenge for you.
I love your challenges.
And it's a bit of fun. Shé, would you play the name Shé D'Montford for me on your drum and start it off and then slow it down, make it quiet and then make it loud?
Okay. All right.
Here we go. Brilliant. Well done, Shé. That's awesome. And like that's some of the things. Like, we're gonna get people drumming on the day. They're gonna walk away and they're gonna feel great about what we've taught them on the day. They're gonna play their names. They're gonna play each other's names. We're gonna introduce them to tempo, to different patterns. We're gonna get like 4/4 patterns, 6/8 patterns, 3/4 patterns with the waltzes. I'm not gonna start anybody with any of the technical stuff. It's just going to be fun and it's going to be interactive and everybody's going to drum from the minute they walk in the door. You know, you'll feel like a different person. You might even pick up an Irish accent on the day. You know.
To be sure.
I know, this is it. But really looking forward to coming to Brisbane, Shé.
Yeah, well, I mean, and there's all the drumming stuff as well. But you know, you're a musician as well, and you know that there's rhythm, but there's also rhythm in pitch. So we will be doing a few little techniques. I'll be showing people how to do some harmonic throat singing as well. So we'll bring up the harmonics. The harmonics really open the portals. The human voice is the only instrument that can actually do a harmonic sound. And don't be afraid of me asking you to do this, because we'll all be doing it at the same time. And you don't have to sound pitch perfect to do it. It's just a bit of fun. It's just something that once you learn how to do it, you can add it to any of your ceremonies, any of your sacred places. If you have somebody with you who is in pain, if you're doing your own healing, it'll certainly augment that. And also I'll do a few meditations where I'll lead with the love flute. So the North American love flute is an instrument of the heart. So we show you how you can open up somebody's heart with sound
Shé,
and rhythm as well.
Is there any chance we could get a little tune from you right now? Put in the spot again.
Here I am clearing my throat to play the flute. But yeah, sure, I can do that. Let's see.
I can't wait.
Okay. So
Shé, thank you, Shé. That was beautiful. I just can't wait to hear that in the room on the day. It's so relaxing hearing that.
Yeah, I was trying to turn that around so you could hear it properly in the microphone. But anybody out there? Oh, we've got a few people. Hi, Brooke. How are you? Good to see you. But it's also that love flute is about healing the heart. So if there's anybody with a broken heart, anybody with sadness and pain and loss and grief, this when we do the meditation with that, we do a sound meditation just before we go to the break with this. This one is about healing the heart. So and there's a lovely story, that Native American story that goes along with that, about healing the heart and why it was designed. And why all of the love flutes have a fetish on them, like here, the fetish. That's the little block that gives you the sound, that looks like a bird. Some of them are made with other animals on there, but traditionally it's a bird. Yeah. Which ties in with the Irish story of Rhiannon. Right, so Rhiannon being the goddess of music that brought joy. So. Yeah, so there's a lovely correlation there between the North American story and the Irish legend. It's lovely.
Fantastic, Shé. I've got a chieftain whistle here as well, which I'm going to bring up to Brisbane with me also. This is it here. And
oh yeah.
I'm going to pop that. I'm going to bring this up with me as well. I'm really looking forward to
the teeny one. It's a Guinness one.
Okay, so this one here is quite a long one. Steel. It's called the teeth, and I'm not sure if you can see that in there, but it has this beautiful haunting sound.
Yeah.
And
can I hear?
Yeah, absolutely. I've also got a story about the next tune I'm going to play. I'm going to save the story to our workshop, but I want to play you the tune, which I'm going to tell you the story with whenever I'm up in Brisbane. But this is it here.
Yeah.
There you go, Shé. I'm not too sure.
Yeah. Really beautiful, Kevin. It's got such a lovely tone.
Gorgeous. I can't wait can't wait to hear the love flute as well. And yeah, so the workshop's going to be fantastic. So folks, jump on, book in, and really looking forward to meeting lots of new people whenever we do it. And as Shé said earlier, drumming, rhythm, and music, it just brings so much joy. And I've been doing this for over 30 years, and I loved every minute of it. And Shé, if I had a time machine, I would go back and do it all again.
Yeah, but Kevin, you don't look old enough to have been doing it for 30 years.
Thanks very much. I started playing when
See,
I was
music
4
keeps
years
you young.
old.
You're just still a boy at heart.
I know. It's just, meeting so many people, and it's like my job. It's like delivering flowers. It's just bags of fun. I get to meet amazing people. Like when I came to Australia, I met yourself, Shé, at one of the Mind Body Spirit shows, and I've had the opportunity to play with just amazing people, running drumming workshops here in Australia. I did also a workshop at Glastonbury in England a few years back, in California, in New York, in San Francisco, around Ireland, all around Australia. So it's just been so much fun. I meet so many amazing people. It's fantastic.
I'm so excited for this workshop. I really am. And I'm excited for the people. We've already got people booked in. So they're going to have so much fun. They really are going to have so much fun. They will go home joyful and transformed. There is so much to learn in this workshop. It's a full day workshop. We're going from 10 in the morning to 4 in the afternoon. There is a lunch. There's a light lunch that people are going to have, but you're going to learn so much, and the day's going to go so quickly. So, but Kevin, out of your workshops in the past, you put together like a drumming choir in Sydney, didn't you?
Well, I've had a couple of troops. I'll call them drumming troops. And what they were put together for was just really my students had the opportunity to play at events. Changed over the years. It started off just drumming together, and then we incorporated movement into it as well. One of the guys in the first trip, he owned a dance studio. He's an amazing dance choreographer. So he started introducing movement while we were playing. Cut a long story short, we ended up playing at corporate events, and then at one of the corporate events, which was near the Opera House in Sydney, somebody approached give me a card and said, "Here, give this number a call. I want you to go on the Carrie Ann show."
I know. I have to remember that. It was so good.
So we had so much fun. So that was like some of the drumming trips that we had, and we introduced movement, and we had incredible times. We did lots of corporate events for there. But whenever we say choir, Jay, whenever I do a workshop, I always turn the room and everybody in the room into their own drumming group on the day, so we can guarantee that everybody is going to have that experience.
Yeah, and we'll keep the drumming going as well, even when you're not here. But then, they can be available. There are Mind Body Spirits. There are big workshops up here. There are people that are looking for this sort of thing to open their events. So, if you are looking at being able to be on stage at one of these events and present this and, allow a different form of creativity out. I want people to come to this who think that they haven't got a musical bone in their body. My son, Dylan, love you, Dylan, if you're watching this. He hates it when I tell stories about him. But Dylan, he reckoned he couldn't dance, he couldn't sing, he reckoned he didn't have a musical bone in his body, and he did Kevin's workshop, and it changed that. It shifted that. He would go into a room where after that we'd take him out. There'd be nobody dancing on the dance floor. He'd grab a girl, jump up and start dancing, and he'd have all the women around him dancing with him after that because he had a sense of rhythm where he had no sense of rhythm before that. And it gave him the confidence and the joy to do that. And he's got his drum today, you know, and he will still join in if there is something going on. He'll go and grab his drum and join in, and he can be part of the music, right? Rather than going, oh, I'm tone deaf and I've got no sense of rhythm and I've got two left feet. If that's you, come and we will change that. We will heal that and transform that, because that's what this workshop is about. If you are human, it is your right. It is part of you being human to make music. We are designed to make sound. We are a musical animal, and we're going to show you how to do that. It's there, and it's very easy to let that out.
Shé, can you imagine the amount of times I've heard people saying to me over the last 30 years, I've got no rhythm, I can't dance. I was told that I was kicked out of the choir. I was told that nobody in our house had any rhythm whatsoever. I've heard that over and over again. And the biggest joy I get is singing and proving to somebody, and I say this, give me 2 minutes of your time.
Oh, Kevin, you dropped out. You must have bumped a button. If you can hear me. Yeah. Oh, what a shame. Something's happened with Kevin. He's dropped out. Okay, let's see what's happening here. See if we can get him back in.
Back.
Hello, what happened? No, we got him back. Yay.
It's just back. Yeah, I was just saying there that I've heard this so many times, and I've always said, look, give 2 minutes and I will prove to you that you have got an amazing sense of rhythm. And every time, I've never met anybody that I can't teach, because everybody has a different learning style. I quickly tap into what that is. That's a mixture of audio, visual, kinetic. And we'll quickly work out what that is. And we get people playing, we give them instant expert rhythms, and we get people playing straight away. And we just get people enjoying it. And a lot of the times I've met people that unfortunately they've had a bad experience with music or an instrument, because they've had unfortunately a teacher that didn't really inspire them and put them off. But what we're going to do, we're going to take those memories that they have, and we're going to throw them behind it. We're going to prove that everybody has got rhythm. Everybody can sing, everybody can dance, and it's just like we are like the most sophisticated in our heads is the most sophisticated computer on this planet, and it doesn't matter what experience you had or what age you are. We're going to get everybody learning and having fun on the day, and I can't wait yet.
Yeah. So if you're, give us your not your poor, you're tired and you're hungry. So give us your tuneless, your rhythmless, and your joyless people, and we will change them into joyful musicians that will just love their life after that. This workshop changes people. It changes. You cannot walk out of this workshop not smiling. It's impossible.
I know. Shé, on the Monday, people are going to look at them when they go into work or when they go back to their families, and they're going to go, there's something different about you there. What did you get up to?
Why are you so happy?
I'm
going to get people reading.
You used to be miserable and grumpy. Now you're full of joy.
My husband went to your workshop. Is he having an affair? No, he's just become musical. It's okay. He's happy. Take it full advantage of it while it lasts. Go for it.
Absolutely. Can't wait.
Yeah. Okay, so all those lovely people. We've got people from all over the place. We've got Janet. We've got Shell. We've got Georgina. We've got Tanya. I think Tanya's actually from Botswana. I think she was on the other day. But what I'd love to do is give everybody the opportunity to go home with something today for just staying with us and letting us tell them about this. So firstly, the first thing I'd like to give them is the opportunity to still join at our early bird price. Our early bird price was going to finish tomorrow, but Kevin and I got on and he went, nah, let's extend it till the 1st of September, to the first, just to the start of September. So if you do want to do this workshop, you can jump on. The link is there. It's scrolling across the bottom. If you can't find it, just go to Eventbrite and look up sound drumming workshop, Kevin Kelly, Shé D'Montford. It will come up. just do a quick Google search, you'll find it. We've got links on Facebook. We've got links on YouTube. It should be there for you. We just can't put a link on this platform, unfortunately, and that you can just click on. We've put links up in all the information that you can copy and paste, but you can't click on them, unfortunately. It's a great system, but not perfect. So we'd love you to join us. So there's so much that we want to make sure that you've still got this discount. So the full 5 hours of tuition is at this point with early bird is only going to be $200. All right. So that's only, well, it's nothing compared to like what it costs for you to go to a chiropractor or any specialist doctor. If anybody has ever had a sound healing session before, it usually costs you more than that for just one session. And you're going to leave this being able to give other people sessions. And you will have had several healing sessions yourself. You will have had a drumming massage. We're going to do tuning forks. So if we do another live, Kevin, I'll show them the tuning forks. I'll get somebody to come in here and be a tuning fork model for me. And we'll show them how the tuning forks happen. We'll be using singing bowls. We'll show you how you can use singing bowls to clear your chakras. And we will get you drumming up a storm. Right? This is such a good way to connect in with Celtic culture and just release those sacred rhythms within yourself. So just take advantage of this opportunity, guys. Just grab it while you can. So we are going to do another live stream. But I don't know if that will be before this special ends. So grab the special today. So that's the first thing we're going to give you. So I'm going to give you the opportunity to win a 15-minute reading with me if you can answer when the workshop is. So all you've got to do is type in below what the date of the workshop is. So if you do that, if you're the first person to put in the date, you'll win a 15-minute free reading with me. So, Kevin, well, what did you have in mind? I know you said something before.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I'd be very happy to give away a session with myself. We can look at rhythm patterns. We can do this with wherever anybody is in Australia, or in fact anywhere around the world. I can talk to them about how rhythm can be incorporated into your life and give you techniques that can bring a lot more joy into your everyday life as well through rhythm. So I'm happy to give away a session. Whoever's online there at the minute, if they can what this instrument is called and where it's from. But pretty easy.
Yeah. So what and or where is Kevin's drum, and where is it from? Right? Or what is the date of our workshop?
Yes.
So if you want to win either of those presents, we're happy for you to have those. Yeah. So we just have to give you a question to make it a competition. So yeah. So if you just pop them in there, don't be shy. I know Janet always holds back with doing things like this because she doesn't, she always wants other people to win first. But I'll be happy for you to win, Janet.
I'm looking forward to seeing you at the workshop, Janet.
Yeah. All right, my darlings. All right. Well, we might wind it up there. So it's not too late, even though we're going to go offline now. If you want to pop those through to us, right, you can just send me a quick Facebook private message and let me know. Just answer those questions. We want either the date of the workshop or the name of Kevin's drum, what it is, or what country it's from. All right, my loves. Well, thank you so much. We really appreciate you tuning in with us. Yeah, thank you, Kevin. Thanks for coming and joining us and sharing all those stories. really appreciate
Absolutely.
that, my
I'm
darling.
really looking forward to seeing everybody up in Brisbane. I can't wait to jump on the plane and head up there and catch up with yourself and Kenny and everybody, and hopefully.
It's so good to see you again.
I know it'll be great. So thank you so much for today, Shé, and also sharing and showing people your shamanic drum. It's amazing. I can't wait to see it, and I'm thoroughly excited about our session coming up at the end of September.
Yeah, we've got Shell on there saying, "I've tried to find the date. I can't find it. I'll give you a hint, Shell. It's on the scroll across the bottom of the screen." Right, just wait for it to scroll past on the bottom of the screen, and you'll see it, my love.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well,
So
Shé,
they're out there.
look, you have a lovely weekend as well.
You too, darling. You too. And yeah, and thank you so much. I'm just looking forward to seeing so many people to drop into the workshop with us. So yeah, we'd love to give you a bit of joy. We'd love to give you a bit of rhythm. Yeah, you can have what we're having. We're happy to share. All right, my loves. Every blessing to you.
Brilliant. You take care. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you soon. All the best, everybody.
All right, guys. All right, bye.